Hello everyone and welcome to our latest online event, Microsoft Dynamics 365 e-commerce showcase. My name is Gareth Boyle, the Senior Marketing Executive for Microsoft here at Fusion 5, and I'm joined today by Industry Director for Finance and Operations, Tom Veach, Team Lead for Finance and Operations, Manoj Tirikoti, and Cloud Solution Architect for Microsoft, Patrick Short. So we wanted to try something a little different today for this event. While Fusion 5 is very well known for our many successful IT solution implementations, what you may not realise is that's just been a stepping stone towards our real goal, getting into the consumer electronics and apparel industries. With that said, I would like to introduce you to two of our latest business endeavours, Fusion X Hi-Fi and Fusion X Apparel. Next slide, Tom. Today, we will show you how we have set up these two separate online storefronts, leveraging the power of Dynamics 365, and how we manage orders from initial inquiry to shipping, aftercare, and everything in between. Before I hand over to our first speaker, just a couple of quick bits of housekeeping. We will share a copy of today's presentation with our attendees after the session. And if you do have any questions throughout, you can submit them via the top right-hand corner of your browser or Teams applications as well. So without further ado, let's kick off with our first speaker, Tom Veach. Tom.
Thanks, Gareth. Hey, Fusion 5 are really excited to bring this webinar to you guys today. Everything you're going to see is out-of-the-box functionality. So we're going to cover off a business-to-business and business-to-consumer sites. And you're going to see how all of the solution works with no requirement to seek any external hosting. It's all done as part of the Microsoft Dynamics suite. And the system has been deployed and with Microsoft templates supplied. So yeah, we'll get into it. I'll hand over to Manoj. So Manoj, if you're ready to go, here we go.
Hey guys, good morning. My name is Manoj. I'm the team lead here at Fusion 5. As Tom and Gareth alluded to, we are very excited to present to you the e-commerce solution that's completely out of the box. We stitched the site together in 2 weeks, so you can just sort of see the amount of effort that just went into getting a site live up, and that's exactly what we're trying to showcase. We'll start off by showing you a little bit of B2B commerce, and then with time as a big constraint, we'll then move on to B2C. So I'm taking over, sharing my screen. Let me know if everyone can see my screen.
Thanks, Manoj. That's good to go, mate.
All right. So here we have something that's called the landing page of your site. This is a B2B site, so it's primarily focused on doing business to business. It's a base Microsoft theme that we have applied, the theme of AdventureWorks. What that actually means is there's a template that comes out of the box, and you deploy that template. It gives you certain spaces for you to sort of fill in your details. As you can see, we've put in a landing page for sign up. We've put in some information of our Hi-Fi products. We've put in a product range, and we've also got a couple of sections that is for product recommendations, such as top selling or clearance items. Now, having said that, any new customer that comes into your landing page who you would want to transact with in the future can start an application directly from the B2B side. This eliminates the necessity to sort of have a paper contract or have a phone call to sort of engage with them. Anyone can land into your site and start an application to transact with you folks. So the process is pretty simple. From the landing page, they can start an application to becoming a B2B partner. In this case, let's say Fletcher's, someone in Fletcher's would want to become your partner. Fill in their details. It was an approximate indication of what their company size is, given their details, and then simply click sign up. Now, in the interest of time, I've created a login already, but the process is pretty straightforward. They come in, they fill in the details, they put in any comments, and they sign up. This is then taken back to D365. Again, just re-emphasizing here that everything that you see in commerce is actually data that's driven from back office, which is your D365 F&O. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in with an existing B2B partner that's already set up in the system. And once they sign in, so it's Bob from TraceLink, who is the account partner for us. He's signed in. And what he sees here is, again, the landing page. Now, this landing page can be personalized per company or per user within that company. So just to talk about a few general maintenance that Bob can do, Bob can go into his account as an admin, and he can control several elements within his organization, which is TraceLink. For example, Bob now as an admin has the capability to view all the organization users. He then gets the ability to then go and add further organization users into the website. As you can see, Bob has Manoj and Hedy added in with certain spending limits. So all of that can be controlled, and it also serves as a customer portal where the customer can be responsible for the maintenance of the people within their organization who can then transact with you based on spending limits. Now, once they come onto the landing page, they would want to transact with, and if they want to transact with you folks, we've got a range of products set in for the electronics industry. As you can see, I've got several sub verticals here: computers, phones, TVs, audio, smart homes, cameras. Now, the way this this is again not standard. You could go and through templates drive a different look and feel. For example, smart home appliances, for example, have several subcategories within them. So it could be a vertically organized hierarchy, or it could be a horizontal organized hierarchy. All that can be driven through configuration without a single line of code. Alternatively, a user can then go in and search for a product that he or she is interested in buying. In this case, I'm going to look for an Alienware. And when they do search for Alienware, it gives you all the results for anything that matches with the word Alienware on the website. In this case, we are selling one Alienware desktop. The user can then decide to go ahead and purchase the product. Now, once they are in the product, there are several things that a user can see. One is obviously the rating system. The rating system is quite robust. It follows the general e-commerce rating system where people can choose to rate a product, and then through moderation, you can go and you can sort of say which ratings actually can be published on the website. You can post reviews, you can post replies to the people who have rated as well, and you can approve or disapprove certain ratings. So all that control is available out of the box. Let's go ahead with this purchase. So I've chosen the Intel Core i7. Once you choose a particular variant of a product, you've got all these product attributes. Again, these attributes are driven from D365. These are not set up specifically for e-commerce. So one place where you set it up in back office, where you go onto the product and set up all these attributes, and they simply just come through and pull through into the commerce. So it's not double setup or any integration that you deal with. You set it up, you maintain it at one place, and they all pull through. And if you make any changes to this in the back office, they are reflected in the e-commerce website as well. Again, within a product, I can choose if you think about Amazon, Amazon talks about how certain product is linked to another product. For example, an Alienware desktop is frequently bought together with a Razer mouse. So product recommendations such as those can also be set. They are Azure machine learning driven recommendations, and they are visible on the website, and that they can be set up as well. I'm going to go ahead and buy this product now. So once you choose your product, you choose your quantity. I'm just going to go ahead with a quantity of 1. You'll notice that there is free shipping for orders worth of $100, and the total is $2,989. So this is a typical checkout screen where a user can decide how he wishes to pay. Because the order is worth over $100, the delivery is free. Again, the fees for the delivery is again a setup that you do at back office. It's not something that is specific for e-commerce. So basically what we're trying to drive here is if a customer comes in through into your store, or he orders through a phone, or he orders through the website, the fees that he or she incurs is going to be uniform. So there is no need to build independent integrations to make sure that on all three channels, or omni-channel commerce as we call nowadays, you get different results. Since everything is central, since everything is at a single place, all of the logic is driven from that single place, which is D365 F&O. And e-commerce only acts as a storefront for you to then take orders as another channel. We're going to go ahead and choose the delivery option. As this is a B2B sale, we've got this customer set up as on account. So basically, this customer has an account with you folks. So he has certain credit that he can apply. So in this case, I'm going to use Bob Sales and use his credit. Another feature that D365 does offer is also the loyalty engine. The loyalty program is quite robust in itself. It can pretty much do any sort of tier program that you can think of. We can spend a lot of time talking about loyalty, but loyalty is again something that is available out of the box. You can have your gold tiers, silver tiers, or platinum tiers right out of the box. In this case, this customer has 873 loyalty points. We're not going to use this right now. We're just going to put it on credit. So I've applied the credit. There is a way to pay by gift cards as well. Again, that's an independent setup that's driven from back office. So you could give promotional gift cards to your customers who can then apply it on an order and use up those gift cards to drive sales. So that's all tied up. So the order amount is 32887. Balance up. I'm going to go ahead and place the order. The QR code is generated for the order. This is something that you can scan on your phone to retrieve your order at any stage. This is again something that's out of the box. We didn't do any customization to achieve this. An email is sent to this respective email with the order details. The format of the email, the receipt that goes through is again all customizable through configuration. You need not write a single line of code to have fancy templates. It's an HTML template that you can just upload and maintain in D365. And it can have your branding and your marketing to go along with it. So the order has gone on to the customer account. Now, once the order is placed, it ends up in back office. But before we go and do that, I just want to talk a little bit about what Bob can do. So Bob and his associates within the organization have access to something called templates. So templates are pre-configured orders. For example, if you've got a customer who's repeatedly ordering the same product again and again, they have the capability to put in templates together so that same orders can just be placed very quickly. So our order template is basically an order template with a couple of sales order lines that are frequently ordered, and you can configure them within the system. They also have access to their addresses. They have access to their order history. In this case, Bob can view all the orders that he's placed. So he can not only view his own order history, but he can also view the organization-wide history. Bob also has access to invoices. We'll come back to managing his invoices in a bit. Bob knows his account credit. He has $12,000 on credit. There is a wish list as well, so Bob can prepare his own wish list. For example, if there's certain items that are not in stock, he could put them on wish list. And those details are again available in D365 for your buying managers or merchandising managers to go and procure them. Now, this site here is primarily driven by something called a site builder. Again, it's basically a portal that tells me how the site looks and feels. For example, The site that we see here is linked to Fusion X B2B. And there are pre-configured pages that the site has in itself. For example, there's a page for sign in, there's a page for contact us, there's a page for home. Let's just take a look at the home page. So as you can see here, the home page, which is in the preview mode, is exactly what I see here in my live site. And making changes to this site is not a cumbersome process like it is in some of the other technologies. For example, if I do not wish to show clearance items, which is an AI-driven product recommendation, I don't want to show any clearance items within my site. It's as simple as just me going to that node, clicking on edit, and deleting that node. And you could choose to preview it to see how it would look. As you can see, I can no longer see clearance items. And once you're happy with the preview, you simply go and you say finish editing. And publish. So within a few clicks, coming back to the live site, just refreshing it. So within, as you can see, the live site now does not have a section for clearance items anymore. So within a few clicks and without any sort of a cumbersome code release process, we are able to maintain sites. We're able to dynamically change sites. We are also able to add additional parts to the site. As you can see, there are a lot of other functionalities. For example, if I wish to change the branding on this one to say, instead of becoming a business partner, let's work together is another caption. Or if you wish to change this text, or if you wish to change the image as well, you could simply go and edit, and it's as simple as just editing it, uploading a new image, and then publishing the website. So within a few clicks, you're able to even make changes to your live site. And it's not only the home page, there are several pages within the B2B site where you can make changes and immediately reflect it in the live environment. Now going back to our website itself. So when a particular user chooses to search, in this case, as you can see, all the results are sort of displayed here itself. They can go and either know which category that item belongs to. They can go and look for the exact item matches that have happened here. Let me go ahead and click it. Pricing is another thing that B2B Engine supports very well. There are several combinations of pricing that is available out of the box in D365. We're talking about any B2B or even B2C scenario, such as mix and match, buy one, get one free, buy three from an assorted buy, get 20% off if you spend 1,000 or more. So there are several combinations of pricing that are available out of the box. They're all maintained in D365. And what that really allows you as a business to do is to have the same unified pricing no matter what channel you order from. So if someone orders from e-commerce, they get a different price versus they phone in, they get a different price. Problems such as that will no longer occur because everything is maintained centrally within F&O. I'm going to check this out again. Again, a very powerful feature that is, I spoke about it a little bit earlier, is the loyalty program. Loyalty programs really allow you to maintain customer loyalty at the time of the transaction, as opposed to giving it out to rebates. This is something that B2B companies are looking at actively in the current world. Customer retention has become a big problem with ever-changing global supply chain. A loyalty program really offers them certain assurities while they transact with you, as opposed to generic rebates which are given out at the end of the year. Again, as you can see, the discount information is also available while at the rate of at checkout. If you wish to customize these can be customized as well, all through configuration. I'm going to create another order so that we can then see how it works at back office. Now, one of the other advantages of having B2B is that all the data goes back to back office, which means your analytics, your reporting, your customer balances, your finance is all reported out of D365. So you don't have to build another integration to go and retrieve your margin reports, or you don't have to build something else to go and retrieve your omni-channel sales. Where are you making money? Where are you losing money? All of it goes back into F&O, and it forms a part of your generic sales and marketing bucket, where you can then choose filters within that particular framework to then get your different reports which are out of the box. And a big advantage that B2B commerce or B2C commerce from Microsoft does offer is portability. As you can see, my home page here can be viewed in different modes. This is the fully expansive laptop mode. I can also sort of preview how it looks in a tablet mode, and I can also see how it looks on a phone. So it really gives you that ability to be truly diverse in terms of device capabilities. It allows you as a business to function on different devices, and it gives, because this is HTML, it auto fits into any device that a user is using. Another feature that B2B commerce does have out of the box is, again, product restrictions. Several B2B companies don't want to buy their own products, or certain products are available only to certain partners. That is something that's out of the box as well. You can really drive product restrictions through the B2B website as well. For example, any representative of Alienware can't buy Alienware from you because they are Alienware themselves. Restrictions such as this can be placed on a customer as well. So I've got 2 orders created here, Tom, and over to you, mate, to process the rest of it.
Thanks, Manoj. I'll just share my screen. Share. Okay, so what I'm looking at here now, guys, is the back office system of D365, and pretty much what we're going to do is I'm going to run through and show you the sales orders that have appeared in the system from what Manoj was doing, as well as you can see here, this is our one F&O environment that supports both the hi-fi and the apparel site. So you're going to see shortly, we've got a B2C site running off this same environment as well as the hi-fi. So the first thing I'm going to show you is the customer accounts that Manoj created in that first session. These are what we call our customer hierarchy. So as part of the B2B solution, we get the ability to go in and have a look at the hierarchy that's been created for the B2B commerce site. And you can see here, this is Bob's Hi-Fi, which is what Manoj was logged in as, and Bob Sales is the admin account. And we can actually see that the 2 accounts that were created underneath that Bob's Hi-Fi. So, and I can go and edit them, I can change their role, I can go and delete them and so on. So that's a hierarchy setup that happens automatically as soon as you create the new account and you start creating the management in the system. So, and that's visible in the actual website. Now, what I'm going to do now is just jump over to our sales orders. These are our hi-fi. So I've actually filtered our hi-fi sales orders in here, but I can also drop down here and filter it by the B2C side as well. So, and look at all the sales orders coming in for B2B. So that's all the B2B site, and I'm just going to go to my B2B, which is the hi-fi. And when I refresh, you can see here, these are the 2 sales orders that Bob just Manoj just created for Bob in the site. So now I'm going to go in here. I'm just going to go into the sales order. So this was synchronized live from the site straight into F&O, the back end. Now you can see here it is, the Alienware, the product number, the variant that we've created, and I can actually set this up to automatically release to the warehouse for picking and shipping out to the customer. So I'm actually going to release it manually now because I haven't got the batch file running in the back end. And as part of that release, you're going to see that the system is going to create a shipping label. And you'll see it in a minute. It's going to release, it's going to create a wave, it's going to create a load, and it's going to create a shipping label, and it's going to create work that we're going to then go and pick. So this is automatically popping out in the warehouse. Now, if you were to scan that QR code right there, you'll see that this will come up as that address. This is all standard functionality out of D365. So I'm not doing anything fancy in here. This is all standard features. Now, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to actually go and pick that piece of work, and I'm going to bring my mobile device here. So I'm out in the warehouse, and I'm going to go to my outbound menu, and I'm going to have a look at my open sales order work. So you can imagine if we had this set up in a true warehouse situation and we were automatically releasing, we can actually have this release and create the work automatically, print out the label, and then the guy on the floor can just go out and he can just go and pick this item. So this is saying that there's one piece of work there, so I'm going to pick that item. And we're controlling the whole system by license plating. So it's actually telling us, if I just go back a step, it's actually telling us where to go and pick the item, what item to pick, the quantity, and so on, and the size. Now, I'm going to go to that location and I'm going to scan the license plate that's in that location, which is like a guarantee that I'm picking the right product. So it's now moving it to a license plate that I'm going to ship it with, and it's saying, yep, everything's good. I'm picking it, so I'm going to go okay. And now what's going to happen, it's actually going to print another label, and that label is just a confirmation of the picking that I've done that I'm going to put onto the box. So it's saying that it's going to pick it, and I'm going to put it to the truck location. That's our outbound location, ready to be loaded onto the truck. Now, I've got lots of options here. I could stage it, can collate a whole lot of product together. So if it's going to a customer, I could actually wait until all the orders are picked together and ship it out. So there's a lot of options on how I can do that through the system. And now I'm just going to confirm the picking of that. And the system, we're just going to jump back to the system here, and I'm going to refresh my screen here. And I'm just going to show you that when I released it, it created a load. And the load that you can see here shows the item that I've picked. It shows that I've now loaded it because I've actually 100% of the work is completed. And the piece of work that I just picked, if I just go in here and just show, you will see that it actually has, there's the work, it's closed, it's completed. So it knows that I've gone and picked that item and put it to the outbound process. And there's the target license plate or SCC label that I've number that I've created for the outbound process. Now, the next step I'm going to do is I'm just going to confirm the shipment. Now, you can run this by a batch. So the batch will automatically confirm it and do that. So I'm just going to confirm that shipment now. And I'm going to go back to my sales order. And once the order has been confirmed, once again, I can run this next step as a post-delivery note automatically through a batch. So the system can have a look and see that I've completed the work, automatically confirm the shipment, and then post a delivery note. So I'm going to do that manually for the purpose of this today. And I'm saying it's going to post it based on what I've picked. So I'm going to go okay. Now, in the background, I actually have it set up in the background to automatically post the invoice. So you can see now that the order's gone to a delivered status, but I actually have in the background, I have it set up so it would automatically post the invoice, and it will go to an invoice status. But I've got it set up to run every 2 minutes. So we might just jump here and just see if I can manually do it, but it may come back with a little red bar and say that it's already done it. Because it seems to be, we'll see if it does it. So you really don't want to be posting your delivery note. There you go, it's complete your invoice. So that order is now fully invoiced, and I could have done all of that via a batch in the system. So the item that we picked, it's now shipped out and gone. So if I go back to my main screen and have a quick look here, you will see that, and I refresh the screen, you will see that as now fully invoiced and it's gone back out. And you can see the bottom one here. This is the next order that Manaj placed in the system. How are we going for time, guys? Is it right for me to continue on and do another order just to demonstrate it once again?
Just on 11:30 there, mate.
Okay. I'll just quickly do another release of this one to the warehouse. So I'm just going to go to the warehouse here, and I'm going to release it. Now this, I can actually have, as I said, have this automated as well. So I'll just bring my printer up here, clear those labels, and release it. Show my printer again. Now we run this as a batch, and as part of this process, when it prints this label, it's going to create a load, and that load can be based on a template, based on the delivery mode of delivery that Manaj selected in the sales order on the commerce site. So if you had several mode of delivery on the site, when we go into here and we go into our load, I'll just refresh my screen. Just refresh my screen here, get that to update. Okay, so if I go into my load, I can actually have the system automatically look at the sales order and look at the mode of delivery. And if I had an express freight carrier or a Fastway or a whoever different carriers, I can define a different template for the different carrier based on that. And when it releases to the warehouse, it can create the load based on the carrier selected. So you can see here, this one here is released, it's created the load, it's waived, it's ready to go, and it says that the work is there. And if I just go in here and quickly look at the work, you can see here's my work, it's open, nothing's been done yet, it's ready to go. And once again, if I just quickly jump into here, open sales order work, and there it is. Now this mobile device, obviously we can do a lot of other things like replenishment, we can do inbound sales, outbound inventory inquiries. So this is the mobile device for the warehouse. So I might actually just leave it at that now and hand it back to Manaj, because he's got a bit more to show from a B2C side of things. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Thanks, Tom. Just before we move on to B2C, Tom's just invoiced his order from back office, and Bob's now ready to view his invoice. Again, at every stage, you can have email set up that send these notifications to Bob. So he would know when the order is created, when the order is confirmed, when the order is delivered, as well as when the order is invoiced. So emails with your branding, with your templates can be set up to go out automatically at every stage of this order process. So once things are processed at the back office, Bob has access to managing his invoices. And the new Alienware that he just bought, which has been delivered and shipped right away, is available here, and it's of the status unpaid. So he can go and see all his partially paid, fully paid, unpaid invoices. He could also go ahead and request invoice should he require an invoice again for certain orders here. Again, this really helps the customer self-service himself, as opposed to having these delays with phone calls and emails. So you could do it all from the B2B portal. He could go and choose all these and make a payment as well, or he could choose a single order and pay the invoice. Again, from time to time, he could also be he could also pay for some of these invoices using loyalty points. He could partially pay some of them. He could settle them over a period of time. He could settle them all together or settle them one by one. It's really up to Bob to decide how he wishes to pay it. Moving on quickly to B2C, sorry. But just to put it out there, folks, you are free to ask any Q&As in the Q&A section. We might not be able to address them on this call, but we will be sure to get back to you with any questions that you have. Either Gareth, myself, or Tom will come back to you folks with any questions that you have. Just feel free to post them in the Q&A section. We'll take a note of them and we'll come back to you independently over email with the answers to your questions. So this is our FusionX Apparel, which is a B2C website. Now, as Tom alluded to earlier, both the B2B and B2C, which are two different industries, one's electronics industry, one's the apparel industry, are driven off the same legal entity. So what we're essentially trying to showcase here that you can have one storefront that is completely dedicated to your B2B sales, and one storefront which is of a which is different products altogether, which can be simply B2C focused. Now, B2C is very similar to B2B in terms of how you manage and operate the website. So you've got your same site builder, you've got your same components that go about in making the site. You've got your same tiles where you can add fancy marketing around it. You can put videos around it. All of that's available in B2B as well. There's nothing different that you need to learn in terms of maintaining your website. But where it does become a little different is a user can log in. A user does not have to log in to place orders. For example, here I am not signed in. I'm on incognito mode. I'm not signed in as any user, and I'd like to transact with you folks. So again, as you can see, the category visibility here is different to what we saw on the other side. This is a different theme. I believe this is the Fabricam theme that we've applied here. So our user here would like to go ahead and order something in the female tops. Now again, filtering is available out of the box. You can filter through rating, you can filter through color, size, any brand that you're looking for, any cleaning method as well. So these are all things that you can define. You could have, for example, another filter for fabric. You could have another filter for just sizes, which is already here anyways. And these can be added on through configuration again. There's no need to write code for you to achieve that. Let's buy a simple Tracy top. So the price is again discounted. We've got discount set up at back office that's driving this price, which is a promotional price. I want to order an XL or a large and a white. Add to my bag. View bag and checkout. At this stage, again, a user can wish to become a part of your program through signing in, or they can just do a guest checkout. Doing a guest checkout, quickly type something in. Nottingham Street. While the B2B offered a free delivery for 500 or more, the B2C does not offer it. So there, as you can see, there's a $10 delivery fee that's available, that's applicable on this order. It's calculated at the time of shipping. And as it's a B2C transaction, customers are expected to pay for their order upfront. And credit card payments, again, are something that's out of the box through the different payment integrators that Microsoft offers. So there's PayPal that you can use. There's Adyen, which is an connector that's available out of the box from D365. That is it's a payment connector that automatically processes payments for you out of the box. There's Google Pay, and there's recently Apple Pay as well. So there's several options available as payment connectors that are available out of the box as part of the D365 retail and commerce solution for B2B and B2C. I've got dummy cards already saved in here. These are not my actual cards. So these are test cards. I'm using Manoj's Amex. Billing address, same as shipping address. And as you see, it authenticated the payment. It went through, and then I can, as an anonymous user, I can then choose which email I want my receipt to be delivered to. Place order. So as an anonymous user, I was able to place an order through the system, transact without leaving any details of my card or on my customer details, and I could just come in and log in and order from your website. It really gives you a easy way of transacting with your B2C customers. I'm just going to sign in now. Just go back here. So this is an anonymous order. We're going to place another order with signed in as Sally Jane. This is a customer who already has an account with me on my B2C website. Again, the sign up process is pretty straightforward. It's exactly like what we've seen in B2B. You can come in, create a sign in. It's almost instantaneous that they can log in. So there's already an top in here. So Sally can come here, check out. Let's just start from scratch. So cookies are required. We've enabled that. So once you accept cookies, to track what Sally is to sort of enable analytics, we've said that cookies are compulsory, and that's why you saw that once she accepted cookies, she's able to transact here. We can disable that as well. Again, as a signed in customer, I can apply gift cards as well. Now this can be given to anonymous customers as well, who can transact through gift cards that someone purchases for them, and they could use that and apply and place an order. I'm going to use the same Amex card that I have to save in, save and continue. Before I place the order, as you can see, there are season sale information that's available as well. So a user is able to know what was the price, what discount was given out, and why exactly that discount is given out. And the email is automatically linked to Sally Jane. And once a user is signed in, the experience becomes so much more easier. They're not required to put in their details again, just like any B2C website out there. Everything is stored and it gives them a seamless shopping experience through your website. And one thing that B2C website also really enables is the ratings and review system. Now that Sally's bought the Tracy top, let's say she wants to review it. There's 2 reviews already. Sally wishes to write a review. It gives it a rating, she submits it. This review is visible for Sally, but if I were to log in as another user, this review is still not visible yet. The reason for that is we've put in moderation as a part of ratings and review system on the B2C website. The moderation is again done through the site builder. There is a dedicated section just for reviews. So as you can see, Tracy top review from Sally Jane has come through. Me as an admin can say whether I want to take down this review or whether I'd like to publish this review. I had a response and I can just say, thank you for the great review. I have chosen to publish this review because I don't see anything wrong with it. I then post a response. And when I go back to my B2C site, refresh it, you can see the response has then gone through. So it gives you a seamless way, and it's again applicable for your B2B website as well. A good way to, an easy way to sort of manage your ratings and reviews. Again, all of this is out of the box. So again, just want to drive through that. Everything here that you see is mastered in D365 back office. The products are mastered in D365 back office. The customers are mastered in back office. The pricing, the loyalty program, the gift cards, all these categories, attributes that you see here, for example, are all mastered in D365. We are not dealing with an independent database that we then need to integrate to in order to see these. Everything gets mastered in one place, which then gives you access to your analytics reports, your sales and profitability performance, your financial statements. Everything comes out of your ERP, while this really acts as a seamless way and another channel through which your users can place orders. Having said that, I think that's about what I wanted to show in B2C. I'm going to hand over to Patrick from Microsoft, who's been instrumental in the APAC region in promoting B2B and B2C infrastructure for us. He's been of great support to Fusion 5, and I'll hand over to Patrick to say a few words.
All right, thanks, Manoj. All right, afternoon, morning, everyone. Just let me, excuse me, share my screen. Just make it a window. All right.
That's good to go, Patrick.
Yep. Yeah, can you see my PowerPoint presentation?
We can, mate.
All right, good stuff. All right, thanks, everyone. So my name's Patrick Short. I'm a cloud solution architect at Microsoft. The guys from Fusion 5 asked me to talk a little bit about where we are in Microsoft when we talk about Dynamics 365, in this case, commerce or e-commerce component, which Tom and I've just been talking about today. So my role in Microsoft is supporting our Dynamics partners like Fusion 5 and helping them and helping the Asia Pac region, not only our customers, but our partners around Dynamics 365 commerce, but I also cover Dynamics finance and operation, which is supply chain, finance, and the / commerce retail piece. So what I want to talk about, you saw a bit of a demo today around some of the components you can get out. The great news is, from a Microsoft perspective, that we supply our customers the ability to try this themselves. So we have a couple of sites, which I'm going to show you in a second. And out of that site, you can see a trial of a B2C site and also a B2B site. And you'll notice today that when the guys from Fusion 5 were presenting, some of the themes look close to the same. So what you see in this little TV screen here, I'm just going to change my pointer, just 1 second. In this little TV screen, the header and the feel and the look and feel of what the guys presented today is similar to the theme we're using here. So when Microsoft released this product, we released a couple of themes around industry themes. So one's Fabricam theme, which is the clothing and so forth, and then there's another theme which is around surfing or venture, as it is a VentureWorks. So some of the things you can do as a customer when you come and trial these sites, you've seen today the guys doing a search in the search patch, and it brings up that cloud powered search, which it brings through those recommendations quickly. And when I just show you quickly in a second, if I do something like surfboard, if I put in surf, it's going to bring up anything that has a name of surf in it. There's some other components you'll see as well around intelligent recommendations, and you'll see that on our site. So that's all about AI and machine learning recommendations. When you go to a site yourself, so if you're an Australia customer, you might go to a Myer site or Rebel Sports or something, and it might have picks for you, trending new things. And we've got those on our trial sites as well, so you can see that. Manoj just talked about ratings and reviews. There's other things you can see on a B2C. You can even have it in a B2B, the powered virtual agents. So when you go to a lot of sites, the bottom right hand corner, a little bot pops up and says, can I help you? Can I help you with something? You can do that as well in all these sites as well. And a lot of that stuff, you can just change it however you want. You want the answers to come out the way you want as a business, you can do that as well. Excuse me, customer voice, there's the ability to have feedback on these sites. So let's say someone's come to your site and you want to gather some feedback from your customers that are interacting with your sites. They can provide some feedback in that as well. So that's from a B2C perspective. On a B2B, similar sort of things you would have seen in the demo today. Business partner sign up, so you can sign up to be a business partner. We know B2C and B2B operate differently, Manoj talked about order templates. So let's say I'm ordering, 1,000 bikes or something. I don't want to go in every time as a business user and put in 1,000 each time when adding the bike. So you can create these templates and add all that in. And Manoj went through a bunch of stuff around the account information that you can see as well. Before I get into the sites, some important things around from a Microsoft perspective, where we're going, what's coming, what's new, what's on our roadmap. Some of these things have already been released. For example, customer-specific catalog. So when a customer signs in, they see a catalog associated with them. So that's what they see. There's order template sharing. So at the moment, if I log in, I can see my order templates. What's coming is the ability to share that template with others. A big one from a B2B perspective is ordering on behalf. So you might have agents out in the road or people out in the road, account managers and so forth, that need to place an order, and they're going to place an order on behalf of a business. Some other things here around order cancellations, how can we cancel orders by self-service. So instead of the business or yourself bringing up and saying, hey, I would like to cancel this order, I no longer need it, you'll be able to do that through the portal. Okay, so I'm just going to stop there. And what I do want to show you, just make sure that we can see that. Okay, so hopefully you can see the site I'm looking at the moment, which is Welcome to Dynamics 365. And in here, it gives you the ability, and as a customer, you can come in here, you can put in this, and I will share this, the Fusion 5 teams can pass it on. And it gives you the ability to have a look at our trial and our trial sites. So for example, if I went to my B2C site, which is the one, if you put this in your URL now, you can find this site. You can also download our mobile app. So we have a mobile app for AdventureWorks. So you again can go and download the mobile app and get the feeling or the experience of what it would be like to see a B2B site on the mobile app. So you go to Play Store and you look up AdventureWorks and you can find that mobile app. So when I was in here, this is your B2C site, and on the right hand side here you have sites. So this is a trial site. So we have many, many different languages. So if you want to look at a different language, you can come in here. There's also the ability to look at the B2B site. So on the B2B side here, you can come in here and you can start looking at our B2B components. So this is all trial components. Now, if you want to sign up to the site yourself, you can. Please use a real email, and then you can come in here and start playing around with these sites, getting a look and feel of how things would work in your own business. So for example, I've signed up this. I've got a personal account for my B2C site, and I've got a business account, which is my Microsoft address for my B2B site. So I've went here and we talked about order templates, for example, before. If I went in here and looked at my order templates, you can see I'll have a bunch of templates in here associated with my B2B site. Okay, so you can do the same thing. These are trial environments. You can go play around. You can't break them. Manoj, when he was going through his demonstration, he had some demoed credit cards. When you go to checkout, so I can add all this to a bag, we will give you a demo checkout credit card, so you can put that information in. You can see that transaction to go through, and then you will see an actual email come to you from us, from AdventureWorks, with the items you've purchased. So you're more than welcome to play around with these sites. Again, Fusion 5 will have all these details. Please go through them. If you want to play around with these sites or learn more about those, you can get that information from there. All right, so my piece was very short. I'll pause there and hand it back to the Fusion 5 guys. Please let me know if there's any questions.
Thanks heaps, Patrick. So we've just got a couple of questions that have come through here. Actually, Tom, I might get you to just share a bit of background. And Manoj, I'll pick on you for this question there. So one, can you modify the variant labels, i.e. you have size when perhaps it should be processor?
Yeah, that can be done at a product level on the e-commerce website itself. or it can be done at a D365 level. But I think looking at the context of that question, that's more at a product level. So that can be done on the website for that specific product context. Another thing that you can use is engineering change management. It's a fairly new feature that's come out from D365 that allows you to add certain new variants. Not only a processor, you could have the amount of RAM that you want, or the kind of screen that you want along with it, or the box that you want with it. So ECM allows you to do that. Yeah, it depends again if you want it organization wide or just for the specific product. It can be done on the website as well.
Thanks, Manoj. And I just had another one to show the mobile experience is like, but I'm a little bit conscious of time there. So I've just put my email address in the chat there. If you'd like to have a more in-depth session, please feel free to reach out directly. Happy to carve out an hour or however much time you wish to go through it in greater detail. I'll also send out a copy of today's recording to our attendees and those who couldn't make it with the Q&A questions addressed. But as I said, if you have any additional questions, just reach out to the email that you can see in the chat function there. I think that's it for questions.
And Gareth, we'll just add that we are 100% happy to do a personalised demonstration of the features and the functionality. What you saw today is 100% out of the box solution. We have not customized anything that you see there. And if you look at the pictures and the images, we're not graphic designers, but we threw this together in a couple of weeks so it's that simple to get it running. So yeah, thanks, Gareth.
Thanks, Tom. And might add a couple of weeks while working full time on other projects. And I've seen both your calendars, so I can definitely appreciate the hard work that's gone in. So I think we can probably wrap up there. I want to say a very sincere thanks to everyone that joined us today. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out. Other than that, I'll let you go and have 3 minutes back before your next meeting, everyone. Take care. Thanks for joining us. Have a great rest of your day. Bye, guys.
Thanks, folks. Bye-bye.